Hello and very welcome to my channel. Avro. So we were discussing about the HPCL's previous year question paper of mechanical engineering. So welcome all the mechanical aspirants. So now I'm going to proceed from the previous last class that we were solving some of the questions from mechanical which came in HPCL in the year of 2013 and 18. So now I'm going to proceed with our next question which came in the examination. So the next question I'm just writing is for HPCL mechanical previous year questions. So I would like to say that the questions which came from mechanical, this can be also important for DFCCIL executive mechanical. So this question are not only important for HPCL but is also important for DFCCIL executive mechanical. So executive mechanical of DFCCIL, there is no previous year question. So this came only for this time it will be held in the year 2021. There is no previous year question for it. So now I'm going to approach with the next question here. That is question here that a model of hydrolytic turbine. A model of hydraulic turbine. A model of hydraulic turbine is tested at the head of is tested at the head of 1/4 is tested at the head of 1/4 of that under which the full scale turbine works, under which the full scale turbine works. So what is the next part of the question? The diameter of the model is half of that of the full scale. The diameter of the model is half, that is 1/2 of full scale turbine, of full scale turbine. If n is the RPM of full scale turbine, if n is the RPM of full scale turbine, if n is the RPM of full scale, n is nothing but the speed at which the turbine wheel rotates. So the RPM, n is the RPM of the full scale turbine. So then the RPM of the model will be, then the RPM of the model will be, so there are 4 options given. Option A is n/4, option B is n/2, option C is n, that is speed, option D is 2n. So you can understand the question what is given over here. There is a hydraulic model turbine which is tested at the head of 1/4 that under which the full scale turbine works. So there is a full scale turbine. The head of the model turbine or model hydraulic turbine is 1/4 of the actual full scale turbine. The diameter of the model is half of the full scale turbine. So the model diameter will be half of the full scale turbine. Even the head is also 1/4 of the full scale turbine. So if the speed n is the RPM of the speed of the full scale turbine, so what will be the RPM of the model? So now I go to this question. We know the expression, that is the H, that is the head, for this model, divided by n. N is the speed of the model and d is the diameter of the model. and this will be model is equal to head, that is of plane, divided by speed of plane into diameter of plane. So I hope you have understood. This is the general expression. From here we have to conclude. So now it will be how we can calculate it. That is the h of model, that is the head of model, divided by head of plane. So it is given in the question, head of turbine, hydrolytic turbine model is 1/4 of the plane. So it is given in the question, that is 1/4. So now the diameter of the model is half of the diameter of the full scale turbine. So diameter of the model, that is dm by dp, it will be is equal to 1/2. So now you have understood how I've calculated over here. So now so it will be square. So now you have taken is a given in the question, that is the head of the model by head of the plane will be 1/4 as given in the question, and diameter of the plane, diameter of the model and diameter of the plane will be 1/2. So now we come to the general equation, that is hm divided by hp is equal to nm, that will be the square, by np square into dm square by dp square. So now we put this value in the question, that is hm by hp is 1/4. So is 1/4 is equal to speed. What will be the speed? In that is the speed is given over here. We have to calculate the speed, that is nm square by np square is equal into dm by dp, that is 1/2 of whole square. So we just now calculate, that is 1/4 into is equal to nm by np, this will be whole square into 1/4. So 1/4 will cancel out from each other. So it will be nm is equal to np. So the speed will remain unchanged. Speed will remain unchanged. So there will not be any change in the speed, whatever will be the diameter and the head. So in this calculation you have come to know that the speed will remain unchanged. So what will be the option for here? N, speed will be n. I hope you have understood how we have done the total calculations. Now we will be approaching towards the next question. So it is clear to you that what is the expression hm by into dm, that is the speed and diameter, this is the head, it is whole square, into hp divided by np, that is the speed of the plane, the diameter of the plane, sorry I made a mistake, diameter of the plane will be whole square. So hm by hp, that is nm by np. So and this is dm by dp, this whole square, we put the value 1/4 and here 1/2. This square 1/4 will cancel out each other. So nm will be equal to np. So we can say that the speed of the plane will be equal to the speed of the model. So I hope you have understood. Now we approach towards the next question. So now we go to the next question, that the length in question, that is from the fluid mechanics, that is a smooth pipe of diameter, a smooth pipe of diameter 200 millimeter carries water. So the next part of the question, the pressure in the pipe, that is the pressure in the pipe, the pressure in the pipe is suction S1 is suction S1, and that is the elevation is given. Elevation is 10 meter. Elevation is 10 meters. So this is the data, and that is the pressure will be, that is 50 kPa, that is kilopascal. This is the pressure. So now at the section S2, elevation is 12 meter. Elevation is 12 meter, and has got the pressure, that is the pressure is 20 kilopascal. The pressure is 20 kilopascal, and velocity is that is 2 meter per second. So the density of water is 100. Density of water is, it will be 1000. Water is 1000 kg per meter cube. And acceleration due to gravity, and acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 meter per second square. So here are the 4 options. So which is true? So there will be 4 options are given. I'm writing all the options here. That is, flow is from S1 to S2. That is, flow from S1 to S2, and head is 0.5, and head is 0.53 meter. So, and now option B, that is, flow is from S2 to S1. Flow from S2 to S1, and that is head loss. Head loss is 0.53 meter. So option C is given as flow from S1 to S2, and head loss is 1.06 meter. And option D is given, that is, flow is from S2 to S1. Flow is from S2 to S1, and head loss is 1.06 meter. So I hope I've written these questions for a long time. You can see that what are the data is given in the question. You just take the data. First, we can see the diameter of the pipe is given 200 millimeter, which carries the water. So the pressure in the section S1, so elevation is 10 meter with pressure 50 kilopascal, and for the section S2 there are elevation is 12 meter and the pressure is 20 kilopascal, and velocity, the water is flowing, that is 2 meter per second. So the density of the water is given 1000 kg per meter cube, and the acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 meter per second. So which of the following is true? We have to detect here. So it is a question from fluid mechanics. So now I'm going to solve the question over here. Okay. So just I can see we have to just calculate the flow S1. So we have to calculate the flow S1, or we can write TH1. So we know the formula, that is P according to the Bernoulli's theorem, P by rho G plus Z1. So that will be P1 plus rho G plus Z1, and for the case of H2 or TH2, that will be P2 by rho G plus Z2. So now we just put the value of here, that is P1 the pressure. What is the pressure over here? That is 10 kilopascal. So 10 kilopascal we convert into pascal, that is 50 into 1000. So that we have calculated into kilo as 50 kPa. P1 is equal to 50 kPa, that is 50 into 1000 pascal. So we have put the value here. Rho is the density. What is the density is already given 1000. So we put here the value 1000 into acceleration due to gravity is 9.8. We can just write as 10 for our easy calculation, meter per second square. So into 10 plus Z1. What is the elevation? Is 10. So if we calculate the whole value, so it's just calculated here. 1000 cancel, here 10. So it will be 10 plus 5 is equal to 15. So this is the value is 15. So now I calculate H2, that is the flow from the section H2, that is rho. What is the pressure? Pressure is 20 kilopascal. So 20 into 1000 divided by rho. Rho is the density, it's given in the question, that is 1000 kg meter per cube into the acceleration due to gravity I am taking as 10 plus what is Z2 here is 12. So again we do the same calculation over here. We cut here value, and this is 2, that is 2 plus 12 is equal to 14. So we can see the flow in the section 1 value is greater than section 2. So we can understand the flow will be from S1 to S2. So this will be the answer. Now we have to calculate the head loss. What will be the head loss? Head loss will be equal to S1 minus S2, that is 15 minus 40 is equal to 1 meter. So I hope you have understood how I have calculated. We have just used the formula of Bernoulli's equation, P by rho G plus Z1 and P2 by rho G into Z2, and we have just put the value of pressure, density, acceleration due to gravity and the elevation, and we have got that is the flow in the section S1 15 meter and this is a 14 meter, and we have just understood as S1 value is greater than S2, so the flow will be from S1 to S2, and head loss we have just deducted the value from each other, so it will be 1 meter. So the option we can see the flow from S1 to S2 and the head loss will be 1.06 or 1 meter. So option C is correct. I hope you have understood how the total formula of fluid mechanics is calculated. Now I approach towards the next question which came the examination. I hope it is clear to you how I have calculated the whole value. Now I am going to erase it. So now I am going to take next question which came in the examination. That is also a question from fluid mechanics. That is the 2D flow. 2D flow means nothing but two-dimensional flow with velocity. So this value is given. V is equal to, that is x plus 2y plus 2 I cap plus 4 minus y j cap. So here question which of the following is true? Which of the following is true? So there are couple of options. That is compressible fluid flow is compressible and irrotational. Compressible and irrotation. And option B will be the flow is compressible and not rotational. Flow is compressible irrotational. Option C is given, that is the flow is incompressible, means which cannot be compressed. Incompressible, flow is incompressible and irrotational. And option D is incompressible and not irrotational. Incompressible and not irrotational. So I hope you have understood what the question wants to say. That is the two-dimensional flow. This is the equation V is equal to x plus 2y plus 2 I cap plus 4 minus y j cap. So we have to determine which of the option. Is it compressible and irrotational? It is compressible and not irrotational. Flow is incompressible and irrotational, and that is, and other is the flow is incompressible and irrotational. Compressible. Okay, I made a mistake in spelling. It is compressible. Compressible and irrotational. So now we have to calculate we have to just prove this equation, whichever options will come. So to make a fluid means incompressible. So what is the fluid value incompressible? So if we get del V by, so we put this, just writing this equation first, that is V cap is equal to x plus 2y plus 2 I cap plus 4 minus y j cap. So we are taking this as U and we are taking this as V. So if the equation satisfied, that is del U by del x plus del V by del y is equal to 0. If this satisfies, this equation satisfies, then we can say that the flow is incompressible. The flow is incompressible. And if it is not equal to 0, if this formula is not equal to 0, then it is not, the flow is not incompressible, or we can simply say it is compressible. It is compressible. So just we now put the value equation, that is del U by del y, del U by del x plus del V by del y. So now we just do the differential equations. So we just put the value over here, that is del U by del x. We just differentiate with respect to x, and when we differentiate with respect to y. So if we differentiate with respect to x, that is del by del x, x plus 2y plus 2 plus del by del y, that is del v by del y. So we put here 4 minus y. So now we just differentiate with respect to x, that is 1 plus 0. So it will be 1, and we differentiate this with respect to 1, it will be 0, and this is 1. So it will be minus 1. So I can see this satisfies. Del u by del x plus del v by del y is equal to 0. So I can see the flow is incompressible. So first option come here. Now we have to put the flow is irrotational or not. So for proving this irrotational or not, there is an equation, that is half of, that is del v by del x minus del u by del y is equal to minus 1. So if this option comes, then it will be not irrotational. I am checking the options, that is not irrotational. And if it is other than minus 1, so if not minus 1, other than minus 1, then it will be rotational. If it is other than minus 1 or any other value, so it will be irrotational. So now I check the value over here, I put the value, that is half. So now del by del x of, we put the value v, so we have taken this as v. Okay, so now 4 minus y minus of del by del y of x plus 2y plus 2. So now we put the values and now we differentiate half del by del x, so it will be nothing but it will be 0. So it's, we differentiate with x, it will be 0 minus. So if we do like differentiate with y, this will be 0, this will be 0, it will be 2. So it will be minus 2. So half into minus 2, 2 and 2 cancel, minus 1, it will be minus 1. So I can see that this expression satisfied minus half del v by del x minus del u by del y is equal to minus 1. So the fluid is not irrotational. Is not irrotational. So I can see that is incompressible and not irrotational. So these two expressions or properties matches. So option D will be the correct answer. So I hope how we have solved the total equations of the fluid mechanics. This equation is given. So from this del u by del x plus del v by del y is equal to 0. If it satisfies, is incompressible, that has satisfied putting the values, and then we have to see that the del v by del x minus del u by del y into half, it will be minus 1, is irrotational or not. We have just put the values, differentiate with respect to x and y. We can see the equation is minus 1, so it is not irrotational. So I hope this question is very much now comfortable for you. So now I go approach to the next question, that is so I take another question over here, that is I now take a question from the thermal engineering part, which came in the examination. The efficiency of a Carnot engine, efficiency of Carnot engine is given 80%. Efficiency is given 80%. If the cycle direction is reversed, if the cycle direction is reversed, we have to reverse the cycle direction, reversed. What will be the value of coefficient of performance? What will be the value of coefficient of performance? I'm writing as COP of reversed Carnot cycle, of reversed Carnot cycle. So there are 4 options are given. That is option A, that is 1.25. Option B is given as 0.5. Option C is given as 0.25, and option D is given none of this. So I can see the efficiency of the Carnot engine is given over here. That is the efficiency of, we can write heat engine is equal to efficiency of coefficient of performance. So we just reverse this, that is 1 by, that is the coefficient of performance for, we have just taken as coefficient of performance for heat pump is equal to 1 by coefficient of performance for Carnot engine. So now we take this value, that we just reverse this, that is the coefficient of performance, that is for heat pump and for the Carnot cycle. And now I can see we are just reversing it. It's just mentioned if the cycle of the direction is reversed, what will be the coefficient of performance. So the efficiency of a Carnot engine is already given, that is 80%. We can write as 0.8. So just we put the values, it is reversed, that is 1 by 0.8. So we just put the values 0.10 by 8, there's 5 by 4, we just calculate 5 by 4 is equal to 1.25. So I hope you have understood. The answer is 1.25. So I hope you have understood all the numericals how of solved. That is if the heat engine's directions cycle is reverse, so what will be the COP of the reverse cycle? That is the efficiency of heat engine is equal to efficiency of COP, and 1 by COP of heat engine, 1 by COP of Carnot cycle. So Carnot engine is already given 0.8, that is 80%. So it will be 10 by 0.1 by 0.8 is 5 by 4 is equal to 1.25. So 1.25 is the correct answer. So I hope you have enjoyed my class. So it was a totally numerical based. So there are some few theoretical questions left, and we'll be continuing in our next class. Thank you very much.